and welcome to the 9th session on data analytics, and let's explore what is social media analytics. In the last session we discussed one topic, but today we will explore one more interesting topic called sentiment analysis or opinion analysis. In the last session we talked about text analytics, but there is a difference between text analytics and sentiment analysis, because sentiment analysis captures the emotion of the people, of the respondents, which is not the case with the text analytics. Let us see the overview of the sentiment analysis. The sentiment analysis classifies a comment as complaints or praise remarks and subsequently categorizes complaints into actionable areas that can be used to improve the practices. The researchers used this word sentiment analysis for the first time in the late 1900s, but in 2001 and 2, Peter B. Turney and the other scholars popularized and refined the use of sentiment analysis to refer to the customer satisfaction scores, which are derived from the text-based comments. As a text contains a mix of positive as well as the negative sentiments, so it is often useful to find out the polarity of the statement. So, what is polarity? Polarity could be whether the statement is a positive statement or whether the statement is a negative statement or the statement is a neutral statement. But along with the polarity of the statement, we also find out the strength of the sentiment also. To give you a demonstration how a sentiment analysis works, say I make a statement, I say I love my doctor. Now what you see in this statement? I am using a positive sentiment about my physician. So, this is a positive sentiment about my doctor. But say I make another statement, I say I love my doctor, but his staffs are miserable, his staffs are horrible. Now, if you see, the first part is still a positive sentiment about my physician, but in the second part of the statement there is a negative sentiment. So, how does sentiment analysis work? Sentiment analysis explores the words and the phrases within the text and then classifies them as a positive, negative or a neutral statement. Sentiment analysis is also known as the new eye for the government. Arab Spring problem is an example to show that how a government can be impacted if they ignore the opinion of its citizens, and this is a unique challenge which is being faced by all the governments across the globe. Therefore, you will see there is a global trend. The governments are trying to be very close to the citizen-centric model, where the services are being provided as per the needs of the citizens and not as per the capability of the governments. The social media has transformed our lives, the way we communicate, the way we live, the way we do the networking, the way we work. So, we can say the social media has a great impact on our lives. Now, such trends are forcing the governments to rethink and to reshape their public policy with the interaction of the citizens. As I said earlier also, the sentiment analysis is the new eye of the government. It can be used by the governments and organizations to scan and monitor online information and to identify the critical situations, key issues and emerging events. Governments are fast realizing that it can be a great vehicle to get closer to the citizens, and it can provide deep insight in what citizens want. Let us explore now how a government can be benefited by social media analytics or by sentiment analysis. Let us explore some of the questions that can be answered by the government. For instance, how do citizens feel about the government's new programs and policies? What are the most talked about programs? Is it good or bad? What are the most positively talked about attributes in the government's program? Can the agency replicate it to other programs? Is there a negative chatter about the government should respond to? Who are the advocates and who are the skeptics of the government? Where the government should be actively listening, etc., etc. Let us now explore whether sentiment analysis can be beneficial to the public administrators or not. As we have already seen that this particular method enables or facilitates the relationship between the government bodies and the citizens. Sentiment analysis is able to discover the criticalities of this relationship in order to focus on taking right actions. This analysis is carried out in social networks, which allows public administrations to identify and meet users' needs and enables citizens to affect the service delivery and to participate in the creation of a new service or even to identify innovative uses of existing services. Capturing the citizens' opinion using social media can be a safe approach, less expensive and more reliable than surveys, where there is always a risk of false statements of the opinion. Moreover, the social networks reveal a more extensive and widespread involvement of users or the citizens. It allows an automatic interception of the topics or the key events. Analysis of the sentiment of the citizen opinions are crucial for the analysis of issues relating to the services provided by the public administration and the development of the new processes. The objective is to support the public decision maker in the decision process in order to facilitate the growth and the innovation aiming at improving the daily life of the community. How the sentiment analysis or the social media analytics has changed the power relationship amongst the politicians, bureaucrats and the citizens is a question of debate. If we scan the academic literature, we will find the scholars have also pointed out that the social media strengthens the interaction between the citizens and the public administrations, which in turn can positively affect trust in the political institutions. With that, we come to the end of the session. Thank you very much.